Shalom, shalom. It's the brother Kadash giving all praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. And this is just a quick video, an illustration kind of on what it means when it says that the chariots popped up pretty much and they start casting out lightnings and fires. And it's just to show you it on a screen, on a movie, so you can actually see it. But this is 2nd Maccabees. Now tell me, I'm finna read this. Now tell me to yourself pretty much if what I'm reading doesn't match up pretty much with what you're about to see. Then you get a more understanding when we say that, you know, when the angels pop up and they say they're on horses, or they say they came with a cloud or a chariot, that is talking about what you would call a so-called UFO today. And that the aliens that this world talks about is really the angels, and those UFOs are really the chariots of the Lord. And it's spoke about in the Bible. This is 2nd Maccabees. I'm going to start at verse 28. Now the sun being newly risen, they joined both together, the one part having together with their virtue with refuge also unto the Lord for a pledge for the success and victory, the other side making their rage leader of their battle. This is the point. But when the battle waxed strong, there appeared unto the enemies from heaven 5 comely men upon horses, with bridles of gold, and 2 of them led the Jews. So there appeared 5 comely men, and they was on horses. Now we know this isn't talking about literal horses, because literal horses don't fly. It's talking about what you call UFOs, chariots, and they were bridled with gold, and you know, because they were their glory. They're glorified. Verse 30. Because that's what gold, you know, gold is like a symbol of glory, you know. And took Maccabees betwixt them. So these 2 chariots came down. Salaki, man, I knew this was going to happen. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, right there. So these 2 chariots came down and took Maccabees behind them. But it says these 2 horses came down and took them. Salaki. All right, let me get straight to the point because I'm kind of messing up my arm. Took Maccabees between them and covered him on every side with their weapons. So these 2 horses had weapons, but it's talking about UFOs with their weapons, and this is the point. But shot, and they kept him safe, but shot arrows up and lightnings against the enemies. So they being confounded with blindness and full of trouble, they were killed. So he shot. So these 2 chariots, these 2 UFOs came down and shot arrows, lightnings, meaning it was shooting like lightning beams and stuff like that against the enemies, and they were confounded, they were blind and full of trouble, and then they were killed. And there were slain a footman 20,500 and 600 horsemen. So in the Bible, it clearly speaks of what we call UFOs today. And it shows you that in these movies, these different directors, they get their ideals from the Bible, and they put this stuff into the movies to kind of show you and break it down to you what it really means. So is it literally talking about literal horses? No, it's talking about UFOs, because just like you ride on a horse as basically a vehicle, the angels are riding on these so-called UFOs, which are called chariots in the Bible, or horses, or clouds in the Bible, as vehicles. That's why it's referring to that. So when you read the Bible, you have to know that it's speaking metaphorically for things, you know. Just like if I say, for example, if I got jewelry on and I say, look, I'm wetter than the bottom of a ship, do I literally mean that I'm wetter than the bottom of a ship? No, I'm talking about my jewelry as being water, as being iced out. You know, just an example. Hopefully it's edifying. Let's let this play. me stop it right there. So they're showing you these things in this movie. You see, like they're breaking it down to you, and they getting this from the Bible. So just like we just read in Second Maccabees, these things appeared out of nowhere. People was looking up, and then they started blasting lightnings and stuff from the sky, and you see the beams that's hitting the ground. It's kind of blinding everybody, and then there's explosions, and then people are burning up, and people are dying. So I mean, they put this stuff right here in front of your face in the movie. You know, you just got to do a little research and studying, and then you'll be able to catch these things when you watching these movies. Just a quick little video. Hopefully it's been edifying. Shalom, salvation to the elect.